The reason why you think that you are getting opposite results or that it's not manifesting is actually because you are constantly manifesting. It's because you need to stop creating and start allowing the creation to fulfill. Okay. I'm actually going to explain this in a way that I promise you is going to be life changing. So, if you are into the topics of manifestation, law of assumption, you will love it here. I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel, and I help people reconnect with their God selves through the realization of their greatest desires. So, your desire is not for no reason, it's not here to just torture you. It is bringing you into a higher state of consciousness and being able to navigate 3D during that process is critical. So let's talk about it today. I know that this is going to be extremely life changing for you all. All right. I do have some drawings here that we're going to start with, and I want you to see that when you are manifesting, the first thing that you're supposed to do in the law of assumption is actually accept the desire as yours. Okay, so that's actually the first thing that you do, not the last thing. And this is where a lot of people are getting tripped up. But I'm going to explain this in a way that makes a lot of sense to you. Okay, so I want you guys to think of when you are putting something in your GPS. Let's say you were coming to my house, right? And let's say I have a big pink house, and I'm like, you're going to know my house because it's a big, huge pink house. And you're coming from wherever you are in the world right now. Okay. So if you were to put that in your GPS right now, my address, it would look something like this, right? This is what it looks like when we first put something in our GPS. It's like, you're here, here's where you're going to end up, right? And so to us, and pretty much all the time, it looks like this little squiggly line, right? Whether you're going from where you are to up the street or where you are to another state, it just looks like this little simple squiggly line, right? But when we actually start the drive, we notice that it actually looks more like this, right? Where there's a turn and then another turn and another turn and another turn and another turn, right? Okay. So now, if you accept your end, I want you to think about once again, when you put something in your GPS, you accept that wherever the GPS is taking you is to where you're going, no matter what it looks like. Now, like I said, if you're coming from your house to my house, you've never been to my house. So you don't know exactly what it looks like or what it's going to look like or what turns or what scenery you're going to see on your way to my house. So if you're judging by the scenery, if you're judging, let's say, I'm in Georgia and you're passing through the Midwest to get to my house, and you're like, it's much too cold here for this to ever be Atlanta. I must not be doing it right. I must be going the wrong way. I don't trust that this is actually going to get me where I'm going. Then what would you do? Right. And so I'm going to explain this in a way because we all kind of do this at times. And so instead of us just going from here to here and trusting, because we're judging by appearances, we're judging by what makes sense, what it should be based off what we know, we stop, right? So you drive, let's say you're coming to my house from California. You drive, you get to, I don't know, Nevada, and you stop and you're like, wait, this looks like a desert. Like Georgia is supposed to have trees and I don't know, like this doesn't look right. So you either stop and you complain, right? This is the people that are like always, oh my God, my circumstance, oh my God, it's not going right. Oh my God. You pull over the car and just stop and complain. Like imagine you're on your way to Georgia, you're in Nevada, because Nevada looks nothing like Georgia, you say, I'm going to pull over and bitch about this, right? Or you stop and start over, right? You stop, you say, oh my God, I can't believe I ended up in Nevada. I was trying to go to Georgia. I must have did something wrong. I must have made a wrong turn. I'm going to go back to California and restart over and retrace my steps and see where I went wrong, right? Or you stop and wonder, right? Why I'm in Nevada? How did I get here? What would make me come here? Ooh, maybe I had something in the past. You know what? I was born in summer, so maybe I'm magnetically drawn to hot places because I'm a summer baby. So I must always just need to be in hot places and I can't, I'm not equipped to go to, nice temperatures where like in Georgia, right? Whatever. But the point is, we stop, right? And I said that the reason why you're getting opposite results, the reason why it's not manifesting is because you keep manifesting, right? Is because you keep starting your journey. restarting your journey. Keep uh, believing that you're not there, right? If I say to you guys right now, I'm manifesting some art for my home, right? That implies, even though you guys know, right, that, an assumption though false, if persistent, it will harden into fact. If I say I'm manifesting art, I'm in the state of it's not here yet, right? That I'm manifesting it. I'm manifesting it is a lot of times, not always, not if you're doing it in the law of assumption way, but a lot of times can be the admission that I'm not it yet. I'm not it yet. And I'm trying to be it, or I'm trying to get it. Now, let's take this again, where you put the destination, you're coming to my house, and you put that in your GPS and you're driving, but you trust your GPS because your GPS has never led you wrong before, right? It doesn't matter what it looks like, it doesn't matter uh, how long or anything like that, because you know that the GPS is getting you there in the quickest and most efficient way and the safest way for you, right? All right. Now, let's talk about the path of least resistance, right? This is how your manifestations always come to you, okay? Now, the path, you might be like, but that's not true because I struggled and because it was hard and because of this. And that was your path of least resistance. So your beliefs are coming into fruition based off of your beliefs, I'm sorry, your desires are coming into fruition in the route that goes with your beliefs and assumptions. So let's take again, just keeping the same metaphor, you're coming to my house, right? If you believe that there's always traffic, they say Atlanta has a lot of traffic, I'm expecting lots of traffic, the GPS is going to route you the way where there's lots of traffic, where it takes time, right? If you believe traveling is difficult, traveling is always really hard for me, I always come across some type of obstacle or something bad always happens, then the path of least resistance for you is to, sure, still get you there, right? But you're going to have a flat tire, something, you may come into a traffic jam, right? So the traffic jam, the waiting, all of these things, oh, it's not manifesting. Your relation to that moment is what determines how long you're in that traffic jam, right? So when you come up against the traffic jam, and you're like, oh my God, it's moving slower, the cars are not moving. Do you think in your head, oh wow, that means I'm not going to get where I'm going? No, it means that there's traffic. It's going to clear up in a minute. It's not a problem. I'm just going to keep going forward. Okay. I'm going to keep going forward. So you're like, when we look at this again, we look at this, right? We look at it and say, well, look, GPS, why would you take me from here to here to here to here instead of just here? That would be much simpler and easier and quicker, right? But if you believe that it has to take long with whatever manifestation that you have, then it has to detour you. Well, this lane will be closed, or there's a big tree or a big park that you can't drive through. You can't drive through the park, so you have to go around, right? But that's just based off of your beliefs. Okay. So if you believe, oh, well, it's always slow going for me. Things can't manifest instantly. Things can't manifest in days or weeks or months. Has to take years. Your traffic jam is going to keep happening and happening and happening. Okay. So the point of what I'm saying is you still actually get what you want. You're still getting what you want. As long as you keep moving forward, you will get what you want, even if you have all the blocks in the world. I remember one time driving from uh, Florida to Georgia, and it was storming really bad, and a lot of traffic was going on, and it took me like 10 hours to get home, and or to get to Florida, wherever I was going. And it's usually like a 6 to 7 hour drive, but if I was like, oh my God, it usually takes 6 to 7 hours and it's taking 10, that means I'm not going the right way, or I need to go back and start over, or I need to stop here and just complain about the rain. Why would it rain? Come on, dude. Why is it raining? Like all of that is just extending my trip. But because I trust in the GPS, I know that no matter what it looks like right now, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm ending up. So I might as well just keep going, especially when you don't know the way, right? So let's take this again. Let's say you've been to my house before. You've been to my house several times. So you know what to look for. You know what landmarks you pass. You know what it looks like on your way. Even though on your way to me, it's still not looking anything like my house. What you're looking for, right, is what I told you, which is I have a big pink house. That's how you'll know you're here, right? I have a big pink house. But everywhere you're driving is not full of big pink houses. Everywhere you're driving is not necessarily having a sign that says big pink house this way, right? But it doesn't mean that it's not the way. It doesn't mean that it's there. But it's easier for you to trust when you've made the journey before, right? Which is why it's easier for us to recreate things that we've already created. But when you're manifesting something maybe that you've never had, or manifesting something, that you have previously thought unavailable to you, and you don't have trust, then you make every turn wrong. So let's look back at our GPS. Now, if you started here, you're ending up here at my pink house. But if every turn you make, if you go up here and you turn here and you're like, oh my God, these houses are blue. This is not pink. This can't be right. Okay, I'm gonna trust a little bit more. I'm gonna go this way. Oh my God, these houses are green. This is not pink. And if everywhere that you go, if every way on the road you look at and decide that it's wrong, right? Then it's not even to say that you can't get there, because if you persist, right? If you persist, you'll still get there. You'll still end up in front of my pink house. But if you don't, if you decide that, you know what, I'm not seeing it because it's not here. So obviously I might as well just give up now and go back home. I don't even think Olivia's house exists. She's just lying. This address wasn't going to take me there, right? All right. So your time and your sacrifice. How long does it take? Is it going to be a good trip or a bad trip? Is it going to be a smooth ride or a bumpy ride? That depends on your self-concept. What do you believe about yourself in relevance to the thing, right? What do you believe about yourself in relevance to the thing that you're manifesting? If you're manifesting love and you think that love is the most difficult and terrible and most hard thing to ever get in life, well then it may take you time. It may take you sacrifice. It may take you struggle and pain, right? Because that's in the form of what you believe, right? So this is why we say you don't have to get rid of your limiting beliefs or work on your self-concept, but it damn sure helps, okay? It helps for you to say, you know what? I'm deciding that whatever it is you're manifesting, let's say it's money. You know what? I'm deciding that it doesn't have to take a lot of time. I'm deciding it doesn't have to take uh, years and months. I'm deciding it can take days, weeks, minutes, right? That's going to shorten your time. All of a sudden, the GPS is going to pop up and say, oh my God, we found a route that's going to save you like 30 minutes. Do you want to go that way instead? Right? If you decide that, you know what, I don't want to sacrifice. I don't want to work hard. I don't want to do things I don't want to do to get money. Then the GPS is going to reroute you and say, hey, let's take the scenic route. And on the way, you get to see beautiful mountains and rivers and birds and nature and all this stuff. And you get to avoid all the traffic and the annoyance and all of that. Okay. All right. So here's the thing for you to do while you're in the midst of your opposite results and you're not manifesting is, first of all, stop claiming that. Okay, it's just because it seems like opposite, it's a part of your fulfillment, and guess who gets to decide that, right? Let's just play the devil's advocate for a second, and let's say you were going the wrong way, right? Let's say you're coming to Georgia, and you should be coming south, but somewhere along the way you started going north, right? Guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because the moment that you decide, oh wait, I'm supposed to be going south, you can just turn and go south. That's the thing, you guys. Like, number one, you can't mess it up. But even if you feel like you did, or you can, or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? It just matters, well, where are you going to go now? Okay? Instead of standing there and saying, oh my God, I messed up and I drove north and it took me so long and I'm going to complain and wonder why I did this and start over, just, oh wow, I went north. I'm going to go south now because I know that that's where my destination is. That's it. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do is accept. This is crucial. This is how you're going to manifest instantly. This is how you're going to manifest better, easier, quicker. Okay. Accept it as done. Accept it as yours. The moment you put the GPS, you put the address wherever you're going into the GPS, you accept that whatever path is laying out in front of you is only leading you there. You're not going to put the GPS in to take you to McDonald's and expect to end up at Chipotle. Okay. You're not going to drive past Chipotle and say, oh my God, did I put McDonald's or Chipotle in? Because I don't know. Now I'm seeing Chipotle. You're not going to it's not going to matter. You know what you put in, and you accept and you trust the intelligence of the GPS. If you can trust the intelligence of a GPS, you can trust the intelligence of God. Okay. okay? You're going to accept it as done. Then you're going to persist. You're going to keep driving. You're not going to drive past, like I said, Chipotle and say, oh my God, I'm seeing Chipotle. This can't be right. I must have put the wrong thing in. You're going to say, oh wow, I guess I just passed Chipotle on my way to McDonald's, okay? Oh wow, I guess I just passed blue houses and greenhouses on my way to the big pink house, okay? And you're going to trust. You're going to trust that no matter what you're seeing, your desire is already fulfilled. It's already true. It already happened. You're not depending on what's happening to decide if it's true or if it's happening, if it's yours. You're deciding that it's true and it's happening and it's yours because you're trusting that. So you're going to accept, you're going to persist, and you're going to trust. I'm going to leave you guys with a quick little success story that I read on Reddit. So this is not my success story. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was basically saying that he was manifesting not making mistakes at work, right? And he kept making mistakes at work, and he was getting in trouble for making mistakes at work. And so he started, I don't even remember what he did. He affirmed or imagined something. And I think he affirmed actually and was like, I don't make any mistakes at work. I work perfectly, something like that. And he said the week after, he continued to make mistakes daily. Every single day, he was making mistakes. And at first, he was like thrown off. Like, why is this happening? Like, I literally said that I'm not making mistakes, right? But he leaned into trust and leaned and stood firm in his assumption that I don't make mistakes. No, I don't make mistakes. At the end of the week, it was found out that he actually wasn't making mistakes, that the computer was making errors, not him. Okay, so his fulfillment was already fulfilled the whole time. In the face of his opposite results, in the face of what seems like it's not manifesting, it's not working, it was literally working at that moment, right? But let me tell you this, if he looked at that and said, look, it's not working, this stuff doesn't work, nobody would have discovered that it was a computer error. It would have just been on him because he would have stayed in that assumption and that identity in the state that I guess I do make mistakes because I'm basing that off of 3D. Okay, so I'm intending that this prospers you immensely. I'm absolutely sure that it has. If you like the video, like it. Share it with someone that you think it will help. I have links in the descriptions if you would like to work with me. Other than that, I'm sending you all infinite love, and I will see you guys in a video soon.